it is, go to Primo's, man. You're going to love it. Go to primohoagies.com. You'll say what I always say. It's not just a hoagie. It's a Primo. All right. Now joining us from the all PHLY.
Sorry, man. Primos gets me excited. You got me horn in the morning here for some Primos. I'm going to need a bada bing later.
I think I'll
Not that bada bing.
I think I can make that happen, buddy. I can make the other bada bing happen.
What's up, man?
What are you doing, brother?
I mean, we got the
Jamie
best.
Lynch.
We got the best Phillies possible franchise start to a season ever on our doorstep. It's pretty great, you know. Like things are great.
So when you decided, like when we were doing this thing, and I was like, dude, what about doing the Philly show?
Yeah,
and you were like, yeah, I'm in, and you get the gift of all gifts. The best team in the history of the franchise.
I guess you could say we're good luck for it. Yeah, we got baptized by fire right when the playoffs and an NLCS run start. And, the discourse in the offseason was, I can't believe you're running back the same team after the shortcomings. And it's like, well, that same team was really good. They came up small in games 6 and 7, obviously. I don't need to relive that. But the core of the team is loaded.
It's interesting that was the narrative going into the season. Only in that, I mean, it's kind of understandable, right?
Sure.
In that we've seen great team or really good teams kind of flame, and look, the way they lost. I mean, the way the series went was gut wrenching.
Coming back home, man.
Right? Like against the
Diamondbacks.
Right, like the Diamondbacks win 2 at CBP. Like it's unthinkable. Like that piece I understand.
Yeah.
But the baseball piece of it, where all of a sudden they were pitching you backwards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden these big bats
went cold.
Only because they pitched you backwards.
Yeah. And when you run Nola back, people just go, really? Like that's the move. I guess they wanted change for the sake of change. But why, fix something that isn't overly broken yet? And when you look at it, they talked about durability when they brought Nola back. If you look at the NL pitch leaders over the last 3-4 years, it's Aaron Nola 1 and Zach Wheeler 2. So, that's invaluable in the course of 162 games. Look at what it allows all these other guys to fall into natural, less pressure-filled slots like Ranger last night. So, running it back was certainly not the worst thing in the world. And, when you got a guy with big nuts like Alec Boehm in the middle of the lineup now all of a sudden with runners on base, it's like a sure thing. So... you're going to live and die by the bat in the postseason, but the rest of the team is loaded.
Dude, I got to tell you, like the Noah Dombrowski's done a
phenomenal job.
Remarkable, right? Like
phenomenal.
Just remarkable at putting it all together, right? Like getting exactly what you need, right? The Noah thing was completely smart, right? Mm-hmm. Like it just was. We talk about over the course of a 162 game season, you need Pac-Man. Right?
Yeah.
Eating up innings. And that's what he does.
And that's what, I know Taijuan Walker's fun to kind of pick on, but, if he's your number 5, you talk about eating up innings, I mean, that's a guy that can give you 175 innings if he doesn't have injuries. So, that's important, too. I know he doesn't contribute in the postseason, but you need those guys.
I know.
And then, Ranger is just
well, that's the story. I don't mean to bury the lead.
Is this real?
So
I know it is.
We've been joking with Charlie O'Connor because he kept talking about a regression, right? But bro, 136.
It's unbelievable.
That's microscopic.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, when you're bringing up names like Juan Marichal and Lefty Grover,
Cleveland Alexander.
Yeah, like Grover Cleveland Alexander.
You're looking what? You're like Grover. Are you kidding me?
People were dying of dysentery back when he was pitching.
Exactly. Exactly.
Polio was still a big thing.
Yeah.
So
polio.
it's been a long time.
Yes.
So when you see Ranger, in the discussion with these
people
guys,
were all dressed up in hats and
bonnets were a thing,
right? At the game.
Yeah. People wearing suits, sweating their asses off. But it's unbelievable. I mean, I have the numbers.
Why would you wear a suit?
I have no idea.
To a baseball game.
It's outrageous. It's so uncomfortable.
On a summer day.
With a top button done. Oh, God.
And it's high.
Kill me.
I appreciate the we're
The athleisure movement of the country.
I actually love. Like,
We were at a curve.
We were slobs, as they would say. No, but I like the civility of it,
Sure.
of the suit and tie at the ball game. But come on, man,
It's ridiculous.
Like, it's just ridiculous.
That lady with
And you
nachos
would
last
see
night
that.
would have had her whole dress and her husband's outfit like ruined.
Right,
you know?
right, exactly.
It's ridiculous.
It is. So, all kidding aside, let's look at it. So, Ranger historic, Ranger unhittable, unflappable. He's amazing in this effort. Like, so his delivery is so smooth. His demeanor is so calm. He's like, a Caribbean, sea, right? Like, that's what he is. Like, he's out there. He's the color of my shirt.
Yeah.
Is what he is.
What is becoming one of my favorite things to watch with this Phillies team is him fielding his position, being so cool, pausing, looking at the ball in his hand and going, yeah, whatever, out. Like, he is so smooth. I said yesterday on the show with Renee that he might be and I'm not saying Iverson coolness, like off the court cultural impact, but you're talking between the lines of the game. Like, he might be one of the coolest athletes I've seen in my lifetime. Just in terms
calmness,
of calmness, smoothness, fluidity.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to bother him. Nothing seems to phase him.
Well, it's interesting
it's
because
unbelievable.
In the era of big arms, right? I was talking about this violent arm action.
Sure,
right? Like
Paul Skeens.
The way you can throw 106, right? Like, is by torque and violent arm action, right? And like demonstrative delivery. Like, when you're throwing triple digits or mid 90s, right? Like
George Clausen down in the minors right now. He's hitting 100 now.
Like,
they got some flamethrowers in the system.
But all around baseball, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
All around baseball, it's in vogue, like, which I love. Like, you
of
and
course,
I. This goes back to years.
You were always a sizist when it came to your pitchers. You wanted Doc Holliday. It's just cloned.
Yes, I always loved guys that could throw 90, high 90s, and, but he's different.
Yeah, Tyler Kepner was on the show with us last week, and I said, Tyler, Shota Imanaga and Ranger Suárez are probably, if you were to give out a Cy Young, which you don't this early on, are your Cy Young favorites.
How about he was 40-1 to start the season?
I know. We talked about him after his third start, and he was plus 10,000 on BetParks, Ranger.
10,000?
Yeah. And it just started plummeting like a rock, as soon as we talked about it. But Shota Imanaga, also another guy that throws, like that 92, 93, fine, serviceable, but they just know how to pitch. And I was talking to Tyler about this, like, you want the 98 to 100 mile an hour guy, but the two best pitchers in the National League right now are guys that are just crafty, will throw 4 and 5 pitches at you in any count, in any situation, and they don't need to throw gas.
Well, it's interesting. I remember years ago when I was a young writer and I was covering a lot of baseball and dealing with those Braves. Like, the Braves,
Sure.
It was Maddox, it was Glavine.
I hated Steve Avery and that stupid lightning bolt he put in the side in his sideburns.
Yeah, jerk off, right? Yeah, Smoltz was
Sure.
Smoltz was just pure, like, great stuff.
Yeah.
And great, like, but Maddox was that guy who just knew how to pitch, right?
Sure.
Who would hit spots, location, right? Would live on the outer part of the plate, right? Unbelievable command. And Glavine was that way. Now, Glavine was a lefty, right? Glavine had a sneaky fastball, but Glavine...
He had break.
Yes. Glavine had tremendous command. And it's watching Rangers fascinating because he just paints.
Yeah, I actually brought up that to John yesterday. I was like, we were talking about the bat speed of Kyle Schwarber versus the slow bat speed of Bryson Stott, and like, Kyle's number 1 in baseball, and Stott's like 218th out of 220 hitters with like 2 strikes and slowness. And it's like, well, do you want Randy Johnson or do you want Greg Maddux? Both can be effective. One can throw flames, one can just pitch. Pick what you want. It's not a bad situation at all. And Ranger, I think the brilliance is he'll throw 6 pitches and he'll come at you in any count, in any situation. He's not afraid to throw anything anywhere, and it's really translating to domination.
And the crowds, are
41,000 on a Tuesday in May. I think players
and the way they're like so excited, the way they be, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. I have to tell you, like I thought the playoffs were another level, right? But they're taking that, which started 2 years ago. You remember, like we were doing our thing, and it was 2 years ago, and they were rolling, and the great run that started in St. Louis,
Sure,
right? And the crowds
wasn't
singing.
that Sosa that got a big hit in that game?
Yes, it was. And now we see it, and now we go, oh my God, they're doing this stuff. They're taking this over in May. And you're right, 41,000 people.
Yeah.
My niece Mia was there last night.
Nice.
VG was there.
It's the place to be.
Like everybody, like if you could sneak in in any way.
We had an awesome tailgate Saturday night down there with Olipop and Cavs Catering. We teamed up for them, and people were down there. We were sitting up in section 430 with a couple diehards, and the stadium was just like a buzz. Like people were like into it and cursing and crunked up, and like it was a party in there. And it was it's pretty wild for May, and I think that's like the best marketing tool the Phillies have. You know, Whit Merrifield and these guys. I know he's not performing, but like,
well, here's a guy. At some point, he's going to come in.
I would
at some
think
point,
so.
He'll get a big hit.
I would think so.
But they
see this ballpark and they go, I want in.
Well, but that's the thing, because it's not like that anywhere else. Nowhere. Not Fenway, not Yankee Stadium.
Nope. I think Wrigley's getting a little bit of a shot of adrenaline this year, which is pretty cool to see. I'm actually going out to the series over July 4th.
Nice.
My cousin Mike just moved to Lincoln Park, so we're doing a cousin's trip out, and it just so happened we chose the Phillies series. So we're really looking forward to that. Wrigley's got a little bit of that going on, but like nothing like Citizens Bank. Right now.
No, you'll love the
I've been to Wrigley. I've never been to a Phillies at Wrigley.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
I'll tell you, it was a great.
Bet a lot of overs with the win that day.
1992, I was just starting my career, and I was working for the AP in Chicago, and I just moved to Chicago.
Yeah,
and
I love Chicago.
The Phillies were in town. And I was in the press box, and it's like you walk up. There's no elevator.
Yeah.
You walk up to the press box, and who do I see but Harry Callis, right? And I introduce myself to him. I'm like, Harry, it's so good to meet you. How about Mr. Callis?
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony, call me Harry. I'm here. And you know, I went and bugged him. He was smoking a cigarette, and I went and bugged him.
That's where those golden pipes came from.
Yeah, and we were talking, and he gave me a shout out on the broadcast.
Did he really? That's awesome.
Yeah. And I was like telling my cousin Joe, like, we'll put the game on. And he's like, he mentioned you. I was like, oh my God, Harry. I was like the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But that was the first time it was Phillies Cubs.
Yeah.
Wrigley
I mean, Wrigley's the coolest.
Yeah.
It is.
No, it's a lot.
But there's
It's
nothing
a lot
in
of fun.
baseball like Citizens Bank Park. It's ridiculous. And even Saturday night.
They haven't even started hitting yet. Like Bryce.
Bryce is seventh or eighth in baseball in RBIs, and he hasn't had like a long streak.
Right.
Kyle Schwarber's slugging right now is like 380.
Yeah.
The June Schwarber's about to awaken, and
The
they
Schwar beast.
Yeah, so they still possibly have some of their best baseball ahead of them. I know there's going to be a dip at some point.
It has to be.
It has to be. Otherwise, you're challenging the Mariners for the
I
most
know.
wins ever.
Wow.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is. And being there Saturday night, you know, they're down, and like Stott and Clemens come through for you.
The Clemens story is a great story.
It is. And you just kind of got this feeling in the ballpark, like they're not going to lose this game.
No.
Like there's something special going on with this group.
It really is. All right. What time are you on?
Show's at 11. Jim Salzway is going to be joining us at 11:30. I can hang for a little bit if
That's
you want.
nice. All right. Well, but there's
Kick me out if you
a
need.
tweet
Oh, yeah?
that we need to get to.
Oh.
Do we have it? Or actually, not a tweet, a Discord conversation.
Oh, a Discord. Oh.
Yeah, we have it. We have it. I'll
Do
pull
we
it up
have
right
it?
now. Yep.
I know what this is about.
So there's a Discord conversation,
Here you go.
and there it is. And there.
Are you in Discord, Ann?
well-
I would have tagged you, but I figured I'd just sub Discord you.
So go ahead. Read that.
So when somebody new joins our Discord channel, which you should all do on allphly.com, it's a lot of fun in there. one of the greetings to new people is "Hello, did you bring pizza?" And it's a little like anime figure,
which is awesome.
And one of the newbies,
The Guard Discord is a lot of fun.
It is very
great,
cool.
interactive. You guys should become
a lot of great conversations and topics are discussed in there. So anyway, one of the new guys was like, "Hey, happy to be here. I'll bring the pizza soon." And then I threw out a take, and my take was, "I'll be bold enough to say it. Hawaiian pizza is good." And then the whole conversation happened about what's good, what's not. And then at the end, I said, whatever you do, just don't tell Anthony. Because I know your feelings on pineapple on pizza. You're anti. It's not true.
Only anti. I mean, that's spray painting graffiti on pizza.
Now, it's
I did a pilgrimage to Naples, the birthplace of pizza.
Sure.
And I remember talking to people.
Oh, they're disgusted over there
in Naples
by the
about
idea
it.
of it.
Like and these are people that have they have certifications. Like the country issues a certification on a pizza, like to preserve the sanctity of it. And you defecate all over it.
Well, here's the thing: I don't order Hawaiian pizza, but if it's out on the table and like part of a party, I'm nabbing one
With the ham in it too?
Yeah, it's salty and sweet, man.
So
I don't know.
gross.
There's something about it. It's like I'm never gonna order a whole one for like the family or anything. But like every once in a while, if you're at a slice place and you see a Hawaiian and a barbecue chicken or a buffalo chicken,
that's the other one too.
You got to change it up a little bit.
Repulses me.
Oh no way,
which is the buffalo chicken.
Oh, it's delightful.
You're out on that buffalo chicken?
Out on that.
Come on, now that's good. The Hawaiian, ew.
Salty and sweet.
Andrew,
It's perfect.
You know. Listen to Julia. All right. Are you nuts?
Pizzas are edible plates.
Yeah.
That's all they are. You can put whatever you want on it. It's an edible plate.
Yo, Frazier. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, kid. You got to be crazy.
Barbecue chicken? Come on.
Come on, what?
It's so good.
Dude, first of all, there's only, really, you should never put any toppings on it. But if you want to put a cured meat, all right, I get it. Sausage, pepperoni, all right, like supersada, whatever. Like, I get it. Right? Mushroom, maybe.
No, I'm out on
right?
the shrooms.
Arugula, all right, baby.
Arugula I love.
But really, it shouldn't be done that way. I mean, all this other nonsense when it's not pizza, it's not real. You should just have a plain pizza. Like,
I mean, I love a plain pizza.
That plain pizza is how it's done. A little oregano or basil, and then be done with
But
it.
you walk into a Slices place, and they got like 18. I grew up at Dominic's Pizza in Washington Crossing, and he was a Trenton pizza man. You ever do the mustard pie up there?
The what?
The mustard pie?
No.
I've never done it, but it's
What is a mustard pie?
It's like a mustard-based pizza instead of tomato.
Dude, that's gross.
That's a big like Trenton thing. Anyway, Dominic's Pizza was like the best, and you would walk in there as a kid.
Repulsive.
And they would have like
mustard.
nine different pies.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, you got to pull up a picture of that. Andrew.
That's horrible.
But you'd walk in, there'd be like nine different pies, and give me a slice of this.
Just give me a blowtorch. It's just horrible. That's true.
Shout out Dominic's.
I go get a Bagster and throw them all in a Bagster. See you slice pot, get in the Bagster, get out.
Yeah, well, Trenton's known for their pizza a little bit.
Not mustard pie. That's ridiculous. That sounds horrible. It doesn't sound like,
I've never had
sounds
it.
like a weapon.
I've never had it.
Like mustard gas. By the way, while we're talking food, the other day,
Oh yeah.
I'm walking in. And
I have to seppuku myself here.
and I go, my man's eating the cheesesteak. I'm like, he would eat mine, would he? My leftover half. So I've been pilfered twice by you and Gagoots.
Me and Gagoots. Like this.
The dog stealing my steaks. But I owe you a thank you.
Yeah.
Because,
I saved you the calories. I took it on.
Exactly. I appreciate it.
I mean, I would do bad things for Angelo's cheesesteaks. So it was
noticed.
unintentional. I didn't know it was yours. When I left the night before, there was like three, like kind of like
you know
three
what's
halves
amazing about it is that
I went for it.
you didn't care about the nibbles. Like I literally,
because I couldn't tell if it was a rip or a nib.
I took one bite of the half, right? So I had steak. I take one bite of the second half, and I went, I don't need to do the whole thing right now. Like I wanted to,
Yeah.
But you know how you go, you know what? Let me save it.
Yeah.
Like you know.
And what I did is the worst when you save something.
Right. Well, but you discounted the nibble.
Yeah.
The bite mark.
I convinced myself it was a rip. I knew
It's
deep in.
You knew it was
I told you it was
Andrew
nibble.
said it
Yeah,
was a bite
JP
mark.
or Andrew was like, "There, might be a nibble in there," and I was like, "Yeah, it could be a rip." I just talked myself into
rip.
it, you know.
You were
Yeah.
like, it didn't matter. It could have been a good gooch bite.
Yeah.
You would have been dead.
It's an Angelo's cheesesteak, man. Look out.
I hear you, brother. I
Fat
got you.
trains on the tracks.
I
I got the
you.
mustard pizza to show you, by the way. Here it
yeah.
is. Look at that.
that's-
Pickles
with
and everything, baby.
Oh yeah. With the white
Where's
base.
the? Do you have a vomit emoji, please? That is just tremendously
Pickles
bad.
on pizza, I could see being good.
Ew, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm a big pickle.
No way.
Big pickle.
That's gross.
You are a garbage disposal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Tofu, mushrooms, and like one or two other things are all I won't touch.
Yeah. It's,
Tofu's disgusting. My wife brought it up the other day. Would you eat tofu? And I
Would
was
you eat spam?
I mean, I'm
that's
not like
got-
pumped about it.
Remember,
but
that's a Johnny Marks
Yeah.
thing. He liked the spam.
I would do like the fried spam on the Hawaiian bread, John, they make.
Yeah. All right.
Whatever that thing is.
Well, cuz it's
Yeah.
always great hanging with you. I
Yeah.
love you. You're the best. 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
You and Nene.
And Jim Salisbury is joining us at 11:30 to talk about Ranger.
Ranger.
Yeah.
I love it. All right.
All right.
We'll be watching.
See ya.
Make sure. Good stuff, bro.
We all silly like the mayor.